Good afternoon, family. My name is Rachel Blatt, and I am the CEO of Royalty Logistics, and I'm hosting today Car Biz Leaders Live. Today, I have a very special guest. I can't wait for you all to meet him if you don't know him already. His name is Scott Simmons. He is an amazing person. He owns 12 businesses. He is a life coach, a business consultant, a serial entrepreneur, and the managing partner and general manager of CMA's Valley dealerships. So without further ado, I would like to welcome our very special guest, Scott Simmons. So stand by and we'll rock it out. We'll rock it out. Hi, Scott. How are you?
I'm doing great, Rachel. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for being on the show today. Can't wait to hear all of your wisdom about leadership, success, making it happen, killing it every single day. I know you're a hustler, so just wanted to introduce yourself to the audience for those who don't know you.
Yeah. Rachel, first of all, thank you so much for having me on. Can you hear me fine?
I can hear you good.
Awesome. Yeah, so my name is Scott Simmons. I am in the auto industry and have been in the auto industry I just did the math the other day, 22 years. So I'm the managing partner and general manager of CMAs, which is part of Carter Myers Automotive Group, the Valley dealerships, which we're located here in Stanton, Virginia. So we have Honda, Nissan, Subaru, Volkswagen, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. I'm also a partner in another Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram called Skyline, which is in Woodstock, Virginia. But I'm part of Carter Myers Automotive Group, proud member. We have dealerships from Williamsburg, Virginia, up to Woodstock, 15 dealers, 15 rooftops. My partner is Liza Borsius. She's the CEO. She's just a fantastic lady. And we've been around, our company's been around since 1924. I've been with the group about 10 years. I was a partner in the first store and then have grown with them. So I love the auto industry. I'm proud to be part of Carter Myers Automotive Group. And it's been a great run for me in the auto industry. I'm also involved in a couple things. I part own a antique mall. I'm a partner in a sports complex, which imagine open up a sports complex in December and you have a pandemic hitting. So that's been fun. But anyway, I know I'm really fortunate. I've got a really good team around me, and I just love the auto industry.
So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
You've been in the dealer world for 22 years. What do you say is like your ultimate favorite thing? I'm sure you've worked all different types of positions within the dealership after all those years. What's your favorite one?
I would say getting deals approved and closing customers, an agreement with the customer and getting deals approved. I just love a challenge. That's the part that I missed the most. That was the part that I enjoyed the most. You have a customer in front of you that's, that wants to purchase a vehicle and they've maybe had an issue or two, and you go to the bank and you work the bank on their behalf. Maybe they've had unfortunate situation come up like a, pandemic. And you go and you plead their case to the bank, and then you go out and say, hey, Mr. and Miss Smith, not only did I get you approved, but I got you in this really nice vehicle with payments lower than what you were even expecting. So that's the part of it that I thoroughly enjoyed.
Yeah.
I spent most of my time in the variable operations, which is the sales. I started off as a salesperson at a Saturn dealership, went into F&I director, general manager, then managing partner and general manager. So I just love the auto industry. Yeah, I've been through 2008, and now we're going through this minor step back now, which every day is getting better and better and better. And I love cars and I love people. So that's just my passion. And I really don't even feel like I'm working. I mean, sure, I have challenging days, sure there's days that I get home and there's days that I don't even want to talk about it. I get home to my wife, like, hey, how did they go? I really just don't want to talk about it. High school was one of those days, right? And those are few and far between.
Yeah.
But I love the car industry. I love the challenge of it. Every day is something different. You know, there's days I have real productive days, and there's days I feel like I'm chasing my tail in a circle, just like everybody else.
Yeah. Well, I think we have the best people in our industry. I honestly think that we have the best people in the business, and we got Bill Hav on, Max Clem, Marissa Burrow is on, Adam is watching us. We got a whole bunch of people watching our show today, and we have such a supportive community. Like, we're like one big, small, dysfunctional family is how I like to put it in this world.
Yeah.
You know?
It's evolved, right? I mean, I can remember in the auto industry when everybody didn't like each other, and we wanted each other to fail. And if we didn't win, we wanted to win, and we wanted everybody else to lose.
Yeah.
You know, with groups such as Sales Hustlers, and you've got Rise and Grind, which are two groups I'm part of. You've got people cheering each other on. Like when I see, Bill Hav is a personal friend of mine, and when Bill's, one of the best people I've ever been around, and when that guy gets in there and rolls, I mean, I'm sending messages, hey man, keep rolling, keep doing it. And then Melissa is an awesome person too, and we all just cheer each other on. And that wasn't the case, that wasn't the case probably, I don't know, 10 years ago for sure, but wasn't the case 5 years ago. And we reach out to each other and help each other out, like what's working, what's not working. I mean, I got a text message from a friend of mine that's in Walla Walla, Washington earlier, asking about PVRs. I had a friend of mine that's running a body shop. He's running fixed ops, and he said, hey man, can I come by and run something past you? And he's actually a competitor. And I said, sure man, come by, I'll sit down and talk with you. And I think that it's really evolved, and I really like what I see. There's plenty of people to sell. We all can be successful. We all need to, be at each other's throat and help each other out. So it's really been very positive to see.
I think we all have that competitive spirit. We all like want to be the best, but at the same time, like when you realize like helping other people be good makes you better and you get rewarded for that. I think that's when you realize that's what starts lifting you up. What's up, Judy? I think that there is sometimes when there's like enough business, if you think about how big this industry is, there really is enough business to go around. There's so much business. It's like, it's ridiculous. I think that's what makes the auto industry addicting too, is it's very, there's so much going on. There's so much action involved. What do you say is like, when you go to work in the morning, like, what do you say to yourself in the morning to just kind of get your head in the mind frame of like a great day today?
Well, if you're talking about specifically during these times, let's just take what's going on now. So I've never dealt with anything like this before. And to be honest with you, it has been the biggest challenge of my automotive career. I'm a hard charger. A lot of us are, type A personalities.
Yeah.
The pandemic happened, and we like to control things. We like to control the advertising. We like to control, if we drive this many people, it should equate to this many sales if we do our job. And something comes out that's out of your control. So the first thing I do is I start looking into leaders I look up to, John Maxwell, Grant Cardone, Andy Bella, people that I've not only invested with, but it's in my network. And I just reach out to them and say, hey, what's going on? And what I found is during times, if you can stay in your habits. So my habit is like today, I've been a little bit restless. I was up at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I go to bed at 9 p.m., 9 to 10. And part of it is I feel like that if you stay up late at night, you worry about things that are never going to happen. So I don't allow myself to stay up late. Most of the times I ever got in trouble in my life was doing things I shouldn't have been doing. So anyway, obviously I'm married with a couple kids, and I'm 40. I can't believe I'm 47 years old. I'm 50. But anyway, so I go.
You don't hold that against you.
I go to bed early.
Yeah.
And I do that because I want to get up early. So like, I'll give you an example today. I was up at 3:30. Talk a little bit. Not really worried about. I'm more worried about like my team and like how am I going to, how we need to close this month and then putting together the plan, finalizing the plan for next month. So I got up at 3:30, met some people. I have a gym in my garage because, as we know, gyms are closed. So I have a Peloton bike, a rower, some CrossFit equipment, and there'll be anywhere from 2 to 5 guys that will show up, and we'll work out we'll start at like 5 a.m., 5:15 to 6:30 to 6:45. And we do that Monday through Saturday, pretty much at the latest. It'll be 5:30 a.m. Sunday, we work out at 8. And then when I get home at night, I work out again. One, it increases your confidence. Two, I mean, I'm not getting any younger, so I need to stay in shape because as you get older, you're going to have more health problems. And I've worked really hard to get to where I'm at. And I'd hate to see my health just deteriorate, when I get older. So it also helps get aggressiveness out, right? I'm an aggressive person. I'm a type A personality. I'm aggressive profile. I know that about myself, so I try to take deep breaths before I get involved in situations. Because I grew up in a time where if you had a problem with somebody, you went out and handled it out back, you shook hands, and you went back, and you were friends after that. You didn't pull guns on people or do anything crazy that they do these days. But anyway, I work out in order to get aggression out, and I just do. I get mad when I work out because I don't really enjoy to work. I think a lot of people think that I do, and I don't. But I just know it's something I have to do. So then I see my family, go to work during the day, get home at night, anywhere from 6, 7, 8, whatever time it is, depending on what the day is. And then I work out again, eat dinner with my family, and then I get up and do it all over again. It's like Groundhog Day. And some people can do that for a short amount of time, but I've been doing it for years and years and years and years and years.
Yeah.
Because anybody can have success for a little bit of time. But find someone that's been successful at a dealership and typically hasn't jumped around a bunch of dealerships and has been consistent and has been successful. We can do it working within the parameters of the culture of the dealership. Yeah. So that's pretty much, my day. And I try to stay as normal as I possibly can. But I will tell you this. Maybe not a lot of people know, but this has been the biggest challenge of my automotive career. It has weighed heavy on me. It has been tough. We starting Friday, our governor in Virginia said we have to start wearing masks everywhere. Yeah, everywhere.
And it's hard too. And wearing that mask constantly, it's terrible. It's too hard. It's hard. It's hard to breathe.
Well, keep in mind, I'm in a population of 75,000 people, and in the county, there's 75,000 people in Augusta County. We've had one death, So, and we've had 100 people that had it. Only 2 hospitalized. Now, granted, we don't want anybody to die, but we have more people been killed in car wrecks.
Yeah.
And 1 out of 7 businesses are going to close. We need to get our country. We need to get our county. We need to get our state. We need to get our state carefully open and get our economy going.
Yeah.
I mean, we truly do. And we've done okay. I mean, our sales are off. Our foot traffic is down. We've adjusted. We're going to be fine, but it has been a challenge. It has been a real challenge.
I will tell you this, and this is what I went through, like a record February and then a screeching halt on March 18th, and I really did. And like, at that point, you get into your business like do or die, do or die. Do or die. And you just get into that mode where like you're gonna survive this no matter what. What are some of the things that you do to kind of like pull it together, drill down, just to kind of not just in your daily habits, but really at the dealership? Like how did you guys like center and focus on like making it through this time?
Private conversations happen behind closed doors, but once I walk out that door, with the staff, I have about 180 employees. I engage with a person that they'll never know. I could be stressed to the max and they'll never know. They would never know. Matter of fact, I'm going to be upbeat, smiling, happy. Hey, we got this. No big deal, because they look at the leader. If the leader is concerned or worried, they're going to concern worried. They're already worried. They're already concerned. They're already have doubt, or whether it's a financial concern, a health concern. But when I come around, it is my job. One, I've worked besides going to Arizona for RTA
Yeah.
graduate summit. I've been here every single day, leading
Yeah.
from the front, and that's what leaders need to do. But so have a lot of people here. I'm not the only one. So
Yeah.
we double down on our effort. We double down on our hours. We, when it first happened, we looked at every single contract we had. We renegotiated the contract, cut variable expenses.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the banks and floor planned every car we could. We hoarded cash.
Mm-hmm.
Cut expenses. Oh, didn't lay off any people, so we
That's
kept our
amazing.
people besides some part time.
Mm-hmm.
We just battened down the hatches. Okay, in 30 days, if our sales are 50%, what will happen? In 60 days, what will happen? In 90 days, what will happen? In 20, what will happen? 6 months, what will happen? A year from now, what will happen?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the type of meetings you're like. 30 days ago, we were talking about how awesome everything is, and next thing you know, wow.
Right.
And you just it challenges you to the core. But the special ones, the tough ones, they were built for things like this. The
Yeah.
best leaders, this pandemic and our times right now are going to bring out who you truly are.
Yeah.
It's going to bring out truly who you are. So if you were weak, it's going to knock you to your knees. If you're strong, you're going to show everybody, man, that cat is strong. I mean, he is tough. He's leading from the front. He's sitting here every single day. He's got our back. He's
Right.
telling us it's going to be okay. And I said, we're in a dogfight. We're in a dogfight. No one's going to save us.
Mm-hmm.
We got to fight our way out of this. And I'm really proud of our team.
Mm-hmm.
We're not happy with our numbers,
Sure.
but I'm really proud of the team that I get to lead every single day. I'm so fortunate to work for the company my partner lies at Carter Myers Automotive, and the people that have working here are the best of the best.
Yeah.
Had Josh O join us from Pennsylvania. Just moved here. Had a gentleman named Josh Smith that came from West Virginia, relocated to work with us.
Yeah.
Fantastic job. Matt Groves came from Ohio.
Yeah.
I'm pulling all these Yankees down south. It's kind of cool.
We need that. We need a little mix up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding with them. It's funny. Back in the Civil War, I'll tell people this. Our town was mispronounced. So it's pronounced Stanton,
Yeah.
but it's spelled Staunton.
Yeah.
And back in the war, if you pronounced it correctly, the locals knew you weren't from this area.
Right.
So they mispronounced it on purpose. And still years later, we're still mispronouncing it. We've just always mispronounced it. So if you ever come to beautiful Stanton, Virginia, it's Stanton, not Staunton. It's kind of funny.
Now I can do that.
Yeah.
Accent because I got that going on for me. I'm from Michigan.
Michigan. Yeah.
So and I feel like we are kind of like at our own like little civil war too. You know what I mean? Like our country is going through like a tension, right? And I feel like when there's that tension, like it breeds change. Like there's stuff that's going to happen. What do you see the future of automotive looking like in the next couple of years? What do you see?
I think.
Any ideas?
I think our world's changed, and I'm not sure it's ever going to go back. I think that part of it is the grassroots and core of our country is going to support local now more than ever. I think we're probably all going to appreciate things that we took for granted before. I think that's the case. I think that most definitely the auto industry is going to go more digital, and it was going that way anyway. It just forced people that didn't want to go there to go there. I do see a divide, whether Democrat or Republican, whether Trump, no Trump, whether and I try to just stay out of any of that as possible and just try to stay a positive person. And I base my opinions on how people treat me, treat our company, and how they act. Yeah. So to give an example, someone comes up to me and says, well, so-and-so is a bad person. I'm not going to judge that person until I interact with them. And I'm going to form my own opinion no matter what they say. Yeah. Because I also realize there's a lot of successful people out there that people want to push down. But I do believe that the auto industry's changed. I think our lives have changed. It's sad. It's sad to see some of these businesses go away because they say some of them are not going to come back. Yeah. I think
I had a couple customers that are like, we're not, it's over. You know?
I also think that there's going to be some people that's going to wake up. I think some of the younger generation that kind of didn't know how cruel the world could be are getting taught a really, really, really hard lesson on how cool the world could be.
Yeah.
I do believe we're going to come out of this much more efficient, much more better. But if companies are going to be much more efficient, I'm concerned about the unemployment. I'm concerned about, people getting $1,000 a week and sitting and just chilling. And then all of a sudden, 1 out of 7 businesses close, and then they go back to try to get in the workforce. So what have you been doing for 12 months? Well, I've been playing Fortnite or been playing video games. Well, it's going to be hard to get them to get back in the flow of things. And then when it went from a job seeker market to now it's going to be an employee market, right? So like I'll give you an example. On Indeed.com, there may have been 200 people updating their resume within 25 miles. And that has the word sales. Well, now it's 2,500.
Jeez.
The problem is you go to contact them and they're still getting unemployment for the month.
And they don't want to come back.
And they don't want to come back.
They don't want to come.
So
they
then
make more money on unemployment. Yeah. Really?
I spoke to a young lady and I said, hey, when does your unemployment run out? She goes, I don't get unemployment. I don't want unemployment. I want a job. And I said, you're hired. You're hired. Because, we hire more on character than credentials. We want to really know what your aspirations are. We want to know what your goals are. We're really clear on your flight plan. We behavior test people. We do background checks. We do pre-employment drug tests. So we do Wonderlic tests. We check people's intelligence. So we do much more.
What's that company again? Because to do my job, and I'm saying this because I have the job that requires logistics. All right. Takes a lot of brain power, right? You got geography and math and moving and problem solving and puzzles put together and relationships and managing and all kinds and problems that galore in transport. But a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm good at this. I'm good at that." So what is that software that you use to test their intelligence?
It's called a Wonderlic test. It's called a Wonderlic, and it's a behavioral test called an AVA. And the behavioral test will tell you've got to sit and verify with the person and say, hey, is this really what you are? But it'll ask them certain situations how to describe themselves.
Sure.
And then it builds a profile. But I'll share it with you afterwards.
Yeah.
And the intelligence test is the test that they give, the same one they give college athletes before they go to the professionals.
Yeah.
So it tells you, okay, on this score, they have the intelligence of an engineer or whatever the case may be. So it helps rank them. And we do that for everybody that we hire because we want to make sure we hire the right people. I mean, this is our culture. It's
hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's the hardest part of the business, I think. 100%.
And then what is your goals and aspirations? Right. And I'll give you an example. Sometimes people come in and they don't exactly love car sales. They just, so we say, look, how you do this job is how you're going to do the rest of your jobs. And it may not be your passion. It may not be. But perform this job to the best of your ability. And I got that from my father. Once I commit to do a job, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the job. You shouldn't know I don't like the job, and I'm going to do the best I can because I agree to do the job. Now, if I find a better job, I want to make sure it moves my life forward. It's a better job. But if I agree to do that job, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. And no one's ever going to be tougher on me than me. No one. And that's the type of people that we look for. Is they have aspirations. They want goals, and they want to buy a house, and they want to max out their 401k. Not go buy a Lambo or live in a big house, which those things come. They just don't come overnight. You've got to we like Grant Cardone says, if you ever want to buy something like that, be able to pay for two and be able to pay cash. Well, that's what you should do. You shouldn't go and be leveraged to the tilt. And owe money on everything. Leverage is not a good thing unless you're leveraging real estate. And even some of those are going through some tough times right now. But it's been a challenge, but we're going to come out of this much better. And each day I will tell you it gets better, and at least for us here. It gets better and better if we could just open up our state and be careful and get to business.
Yeah, I think if everybody does what they're supposed to do, which is wear their mask and socially distance and follow the rules, then I think we're going to be okay. But, there's people out there that, go on automatic pilot or absent-minded, and they're like, oh, wait a minute. And like, it's like when you said get woke or wake up people, right? Like sometimes you just have to wake up to like your surroundings.
Well, you know who had to do that? I had to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It not me. Like you can imagine, this all came on. No one, you know, in 07, 08, we knew the economy was bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody's been through a pandemic before, or at least not in this country. So it punched you and it knocked you to your knees. And even I had to say, get up, get like no one's gonna come save you. Everybody's looking at you like, quit feeling sorry for yourself. We're in a fight now. You know, it's kind of like getting, you know, I think Mike Tyson says, you know, everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the face. Well, we got punched in the face, and the people some people folded, you know, but they were probably looking for a reason to fold anyway.
Yeah.
And some people said, you know what, I'm not going to fold, because if we can make it and survive, and not only survive but thrive through this, then there's nothing else that a lot of people that are alive right now will ever experience like we're going through right now.
Yeah.
So it's a dogfight. I mean, we are in a dogfight, and it's getting better and better and better. First it was survival. Now it's gather ourselves. Now it's get back on track. Now it's grow. That's kind of, I think that's the stages of dealing with depression or something. I don't know.
I don't know. You got to have some, I mean, we all went through the phase, right? We all went through the, oh, this isn't happening phase. Yeah. You know, the denial. I'm sure we did. We all went through that. I think right now we're in the impatient phase where it's like, okay, I'm done with this now. Yeah. Surrender, white flag. So you had so many gems, habits, getting a positive mindset. What are some of the goals that you have right now for the next 6 months? I'm interested in what your goals are so I can kind of get some fresh ideas.
Yeah. Well, I have goals at work, and then I have personal goals. Mm-hmm. One thing that I do feel through this, that I became a better dad, a better husband, a better friend. I truly believe that this made me slow down a little bit, which I've never really done. I had to cancel a bunch of things I was traveling to, and meetings with manufacturers, meeting with 20 groups. And it's been, so my personality is, and so is a lot of people. I found out I'm not just weird. Top producers or people that are really driven, they can't relax. Yeah. So if you sit and say, hey, let's you and I go chill, we're gonna go fishing, I'm gonna fall asleep. I've tried to hunt anything, I fall asleep. If I try to relax, I fall asleep. So this has kind of made me sit back and take a look at a lot of things. And some of the things I had to take a look at when I really looked in the mirror, I didn't really like what I saw. Mm-hmm. I've made some changes to better parts of my life that needed to get better. So that is the benefit of this. I've also been very anxious. You know, I'll give you an example. At work, I'm really pouring into the people that are here, and we are looking at every process. We're looking at every expense. We are looking at everything on how we can improve. Mm-hmm. Personally, on some of my investments, I'm probably going to be down, you know, if I look at myself as a business, I'm going to be down substantially in pay. I mean, I have businesses that I have a sports complex that I didn't have any idea was going to be closed. So what I've done is, in my spare time, which is, you know, when I get home at night or on a Sunday, I've gotten involved in other businesses. I started a company where I do hard money lending. I partnered up with a person flipping houses. I've gotten involved in another business. And my goal is try to hustle and make up the income that I'm going to lose, just because I hate to lose. It's not a fact that am I going to go under, my family going to go? No, that's not. We've made it to almost that's impossible over, you know, hustling and saving my money since I was 15 years old. Right. But what I'm doing is okay, what can I get out and do to make up for it? Because I didn't work this hard to go backwards. You never want to go backwards. So that, you know, that's part of it. How I can collaborate with some other people, some real estate deals, because also when things come down, there's opportunity for things to go up. You know, if you've saved your money, so there's also opportunity in situations like this. So I'm looking at those opportunities. If you sit and say, what is that? You know, I think real estate is going to be a really good play. I think I don't think the stock market, I don't know anything about the stock market, but I just can't believe how high it is. I do think there's going to be some opportunities there, because I don't think it's going to stay up that high. Hope it does. I don't want to see things go down. I don't want to see people lose jobs or lose the stock market. But I do think that if you look at the industries that are going to grow, there's most definitely going to be some opportunity in a downturn like this.
Yeah.
And that's just what I'm learning from other people. I spend time around people in other industries to figure out what they're doing, what they see, and what I can come back and be a better leader, a better boss, a better friend here. I'm always looking to improve, and I feel like that I have so much more to do and to accomplish. And this is what it's woke me up for sure. For sure.
Well, listen, final thoughts, words of wisdom, quick little advice before we wrap it up today, my friend.
Yeah, I would just say, hey, I know we've been through tough times, and I know that there's a lot of uncertainty, but I do believe that it's getting better and better and better. I do believe that we're on the other end of what's going on. I do believe that you need to wake up, and we need to get after it. If you think that something's just going to come and be given to you, the government's not going to save us. The governor's not going to save us. We need to save ourselves, and we do that by going up and doing the best we possibly can. And I think truly, if you ask people, did they do the best they possibly could before? I think the answer is no. Most people cannot honestly answer that yes.
Yeah.
I could not honestly answer that yes. And this, although it is a setback, is going to make us all better people on the other side, and we're going to appreciate life so much more on the other side of this. And I think that we all need to learn the lessons that we've been taught through this. And I think it has been a lesson. And I know people have lost their lives, and I feel terrible about that. My brother's an ER doctor in Texas on the front line. He called me earlier. I kind of sent him a joke right when it first started, just a little joke. He said, hey, this is serious. I think people come in. I think it's gotten better and better and better. I think that that we've got more technology to deal with it. But I think we all got taught a very valuable lesson. And part of it's going to be work hard, don't take anything for granted, and appreciate. We're all going to appreciate the little things in life, to be able to go to a restaurant, to be able to go to a sporting event, to be able to go play baseball with your son or daughter, play soccer with your son or daughter. We're all going to appreciate things much, much more.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Yeah,
thank you so much, man. I honestly, great show today. Thanks everybody who was watching. We had a great list of everybody that was on. Thank you for your participation. We super appreciate it. Yeah. Like and subscribe, guys. If you want, if you would like to become a part of Car Biz Leaders Live, we'd love to have you on. Scott, how do people get a hold of you?
Yeah, so I'm most active on Facebook, I think, because of my age. But just Scott Simmons at Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. My email is scottesimons@gmail.com. We are looking for people here. We are hiring. So we've had some people relocate from other parts of the country. You can shoot me an email, shoot me a direct message. I am very active. I will respond. I respond to almost every single message that comes. I don't know everything, and sometimes I learn a lot from people that reach out to me. But I have a lot of supportive people, and I know a lot of them. I saw comments come across. Adam Aarons is somebody I look up to. Solid dealer, just a wonderful human being. Yeah. You were talking about a class act. That man right there is a class act. But I appreciate everybody. I mean, I've just lived a blessed and fortunate life, and thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.